Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I'm just trying to share a few tricks, things with you that can help you improve your handwriting, because I feel that if teachers' handwriting is good, it can also impact students' handwriting. This is my personal opinion. All right. So we have a few objectives today that we'll be knowing the flaws we have in our handwriting. Number two, we'll learn some tips to improve. Then we'll implement those tips, and then we'll practice. So the only thing most people do better than anyone else is read their own handwriting. You know, there are three people who can read your handwriting. That's I, me, and myself. These three people can understand our handwriting. Like our fingerprints, each person in this world has a different handwriting. All right, so these are a few things like right pen, right material. If you have your sitting posture, your writing posture, if you're comfortable with the tool that you're using, then slant. I'm going to go in depth with these things. Size of the letters, shape, consistent writing, and letter spacing. These are our bullet points that we are going to discuss today. So these are the examples of two different handwritings. So you have to decide between these that either this is yours or that's yours. Okay, maybe in the middle somewhere your handwriting lies, right? So you can see that this handwriting is quite a mess. We are unable to read it, right? Over here there are two different types of handwriting. This is called either separate or print handwriting or cursive handwriting. So it's your personal choice always to choose between a separate handwriting or cursive handwriting or a blend. Sometimes people write with separate and cursive handwriting at the same time. So it's all up to you. Both are acceptable. I won't say that cursive handwriting is better. Yes, it helps you learn calligraphy, right? But obviously when it comes to only handwriting, so it doesn't matter that what handwriting you have. All right, okay, all right. Choosing a right pen. Yes, it's like choosing, for a chef, it's like choosing the right knife. So you need to choose a pen. A pen is, I will never say that an expensive pen is always going to help you out in writing smoothly and comfortably, or it's going to help you improve your handwriting. Never. Any pen, no matter it's 5 rupees pen or 1000 rupees pen, if you are comfortable with that pen, the grip, then only can you improve your handwriting. So these are the few things that your pen should have. It should be comfortable. It should be light. Sometimes it varies person to person. Some people are habitual to write with heavy pens. If you go towards expensive branded pens, so sometimes you will see that the pens are quite heavy in weight. Okay, but I feel that it does not come in handy when you write with those heavy pens. It may affect your handwriting badly. Smooth, the writing should be smooth. You know, sometimes the pens may smudge or bleed. You are writing and the pen starts to bleed. Extra ink comes out of it. So obviously it's gonna ruin your handwriting no matter how neatly you write. And then the last thing is flexible. Your hand, actually it also with the flexibility of your hand, how smoothly you move your hand. Okay, after that, sitting posture. Okay, I don't know, but when I write, I keep my paper, the notebook a little tilted. I don't know if you guys do the same or not. I never keep my paper straight. So it's a little bit tilted. And your sitting posture also helps you write for a longer run. Okay, if you're writing with wrong posture, you won't be able to write for a very long time, because obviously when your body is not comfortable, or your hand will not be comfortable too, and you won't be able to write smoothly. Okay, then after that, writing posture, there are two different people, right-handed and left-handed. Okay, it's as per our habit developed from the childhood of ours. So no matter you are right-handed or left-handed, these tips are for you. Okay, and then comes comfortable grip. Yes, so take a look. So pen is held between your thumb and your index finger. It should not be too near, too close to the nib, or too distant from your nib, right? When you are when you're holding from a distance, so it's gonna be a little messy. You will not have control over your hand. And if it is too close, then you won't be able to write for a longer run. You will get tired if you hold your pen with like really close to the nib. Okay, So you should write from the really middle part of your tool. Your pen or pencil should be held between your thumb and index finger. Holding your pencil too tightly or loosely will result in poor handwriting. Okay, so I want to add something here, that sometimes people ask, how do you do things so smoothly? How do you, have the, curves and all in your handwriting? So the only answer to this is your hand. If you take control of this hand, this is my opinion, that you can make anything. You can be good at art and everything. Okay, slant means, yes, move on. There are three possible, this is called slanting. If your handwriting is bent slightly toward left, it can be either right, or no slant means it's straight, right up. Okay, but I have seen my kids using all three different directions. Okay, and it's not really easy to understand. So if you slant towards right, it's fine. If it's no slant or upright, then it's fine. But if your handwriting is bent toward left, so you need to change it. It does not look really good. So you can see in all these three, this one looks not appropriate. This one and this one look fine, right? This one mostly used by the people who use print handwriting or separate handwriting, and this one for the cursive one. Now this is something really basic I'm going to talk about. Yes, so this is something we learned when we were in elementary, kindergarten. So there are three different sizes of letters. The first one are grass letters, sky letters, and root letters. These words are quite self-explanatory. You can see the grass letter, grass is above the ground. Okay, so if I have 4 lines, if I consider this ground, this is underground part, and this is the sky. So my letter which are made in the middle of these 2 lines, middle ones, they are called grass letters. Okay, you can see A, C, E, I. These are M, N, O, R. These are grass letters, right? Now this sounds really simple, but when we write, like on the daily basis, when we are in a habit of writing, we forget everything, right? So A is the grass letter, and when we talk about sky letters, so sky letter is supposed to be double the size of a grass letter, but above it. All right, you can see the grass letter and the sky letter, the size should be double. Okay, likewise, if I make any root letter, it's gonna be double but below the line. All right, so these things are gonna help you out when you're writing on the daily basis. For example, if I write my name, so I have got more grass letters and 1 sky letter. So you should be very careful that the size of B should be double the size of the rest of the grass letters I have. All right, sometimes what mistakes we do is we make A like this, and it does not even look like an A. It looks like D. All right, if my A is like this, it looks like U. All right, so it's actually our next point, next slide. Can you please go back? I want to talk about something. This sentence you see is a pangram. Pangram is a sentence that has all the letters in a language. Pangrams are different they are different for every language. All right, so you can see the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It has all the letters A to Z. All right, and one more thing I want to add, this is not a part of my presentation today. Sometimes whenever people start learning, they intend to improve their handwriting, they start practicing geometrical shapes. Okay, and with that, if you practice these shapes, if you practice circles, if you practice parallel lines, if you practice horizontal and vertical parallel lines, if you practice waves, these are going to help you out to improve your handwriting. Why? Because these lines at the end of the day are making these letters. If I talk about this shape, this is an unidentical shape, but I can make an A out of it. I can make a C out of it. I can turn it into a D. I can turn it into a G. Okay, ultimately these shapes, these are random shapes, but they are ultimately making the rest of the shapes. So if you are good at making these shapes smoothly, then obviously you will be able to improve your handwriting if you are good at making these shapes. So the first step, you will see in the cursive writing booklets, we have these shapes in the beginning for the kids, right? So the main reason is this. All right, so these are different shapes. So shape of the letter, this is something that can help you change your handwriting from scratch. Now if you know that every letter has a specific shape, no matter what language is this, if you try to change the shape of that letter, then your handwriting will be misunderstood. For example, this A can turn into a D, alright? This C can be turned into an E. This U, where is U? U can be turned into an A. Okay, what am I doing? If I change the shape of the letter, then the word can be a different individual word, right? Most of the times you will see in your students' handwriting, their A's are like this, their A's are like this, their A's are like this. So what are they doing? They are changing the total shape of the letter. If you can write A to Z very well with its correct shape and size, then I'm really sure that you can improve your handwriting. But what happens is, when we write A, B, C, D, it's quite easy. But when we combine these words, we forget. We forget the size of the letters. Our A becomes the size of B, okay? And this is why our handwriting gets ruined. Okay, so this is the key: consistent practice, consistency. If you, there is one more thing, that whenever you write one word 100 times, if you write it consistently, it's gonna be looking alike. Which of the handwriting do you like? Obviously, this is the right way, and that's the wrong way. All right, there is a line, but have you ever seen your kids writing on the line or above it? It's never like that. Like, I have most of the students write like that. See, the size, the shape of the letter, it's all ruined. All right, so you have to be consistent. Means that if you're writing one single letter 100 times, it should look alike. Okay, letter spacing is another, chaos, I would call it. So there are two different types of spacing. Number one, if I'm writing a letter, if I'm writing a word image, and I'm continuing with the sentence, so there are two different kinds of spacing here. One between each letter, and then each word. All right, there is a rule. People call it a lady finger rule. Lady finger rule. So they use it for spacing. What is lady finger? That you need to have a lady finger. You know, okra, bhindi. All right, put it after each word and write the other. Small kids practice with the different objects. So the letters and the words should be equidistant. All right. Now if I write like this, image of, this problem is faced by everyone. Two words combined together. Now you are unable to understand what the kids have written. So image of an elephant, like people, like our kids write like this. So it's all ruined. Last and the most important tip, any guesses? Practice. Practice makes perfect. So this is it.